Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by 7 Sagas and their tabletop RPG, Ars Mechanica, which is of course the feature of this video. This concerns the 30 years war waged by Titanic walking engines. It even comes with solo rules. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by Gates of Krystalia, the card-driven isekai style tabletop role-playing game. Available in 6 languages, they have recently released the Last Deux advanced rulebook. This optional expansion brings many things to the table, such as setting information, character development details, as well as isekai tropes such as the school trip, the romance rules, the beach trip. You also have solo rules to play this as a co-op or solo experience without a game master. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by pt3 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay-what-you-want tabletop RPG where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products and check out their recent release, Final Frontier. This is a streamlined sci-fi tabletop RPG where you get to explore space, for justice, for profit, for both. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today I am continuing my review series featuring Ars Mechanica. Oh, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. If you haven't seen the other parts of this review series, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about classification and chassis types. Though no two machina are perfectly alike, each forged in ritual, hammered in secrecy, and often built for reclaimed or repurposed from reclaimed or repurposed materials, a coherent classification has emerged across the theaters of war. The machina are typically classified into 3 primary weight classes. The war golems, which are colossal, heavily armored siege constructs. You also have the ironclads, which are balanced and versatile machines capable of leading charges, holding choke points, or anchoring defensive lines. You also have the striders, which are light, fast, and commonly deployed for scouting, message running, or even demolition tasks. You could also employ them for hit-and-run operations. Now, field commanders often further subclassify machina by tactical temperament or ceremonial function. For example, the howlers, machines fitted with resonant horn boxes, screech vents, or bellows-driven sirens. These are designed to shatter enemy morale. You also have the siege breakers, reinforced for wall clearing and close quarters destruction. These units carry rambics, mortar arms, or bracing hooks to pry masonry from stone. You also have the heralds, rare constructs adorned with gold leaf, factional standards, or saintly effigies. They are deployed to inspire allied forces. As machina production spreads across fractured principalities and outlaw manufactories, hybrid frames have begun to appear as well. Now, when it comes to the steam core and clockwork nerves, the interior of a standard machina is configured in what engineers call the cradle arrangement, a reinforced leather-strapped pilot's harness suspended at the center of a narrow brass-lined compartment. Older machina patterns required multiple operators, typically a pilot and engineer, and a powderman or stoker to manage the furnace and reload secondary weaponry. In the field, however, attrition often reduced these crews to one determined soul. Modern designs aim towards solitary operation. The primary control systems include tension levers. These are heavy-duty arms connected to mechanical governors used to regulate limb resistance and speed. You also have the side cranks. These brass knobs and rotating drums adjust to all sorts of maneuvers related to telescoping periscopes using shielded spyglass loops and slitted visors. You also have the command pulls, roped toggles attached to internal mechanisms, each marked with engraved brass tags, perhaps to employ weapons, handle the bend pressure, change the stance, and so on. You also have the speaking tubes. These are tin-plated pipes running through from cockpit to lower compartments for shouting commands to stoking crew or relaying distress. Some pilots adopt rituals or rhythmic breathing patterns to manage the motion of the machine. Now, when it comes to pilot interface, the control systems and limits, the internal configuration of a machina varies by model, but most follow the cradle configuration: a suspended pilot seat surrounded by levers, pressure gauges, hissing valves, and often a viewport slit or crystalline lens array. Older machines require the themes as mentioned previously. The control systems include, of course, effort levers. These are for regulating limb pressure. You also have the side cranks, which adjust the visor slits, the command toggles, labeled as well, to handle rotary plates, activating internal systems, and the voice relays. The tubes that work similar to other tubes to communicate with the crew. The pilots must learn to speak to their machina not only through mechanical command but through rhythm, breathing, and, according to some traditions, prayer. And this concludes this part of the review series. In the next part, we're going to talk about customization and field modification rules. This also includes armaments and integrated systems. I find this very different from other mecha type of games or fictional settings, or even pseudo-fictional settings, because normally mecha pilots, they suffer certain stress while piloting the vehicle, right? But in the case of these mobile suit type of machines, you need great physical condition. You need to be as well prepared as a professional fighter. That is someone who is actually fighting whatever the case, with whatever weapon, whatever technique. You have to have that physical conditioning, otherwise you won't be able to operate the machina successfully. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the super thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jack. You are a professional game master. And remember, master roleplay and you will master the game. Once again, thank you and see you later.